Hey board gamers, BJ from Game Gumbo here with another unboxing. This time it's Capstone Inc.'s Savannah Park. Let's get right to the table and see what's inside. Savannah Park, Wolfgang Kraemer and Michael Kiesling, two of my favorite designers. Thanks to Capstone for sending us this. It's what they call their family weight games. Savannah Park is for 1 to 4 players, plays in about 20 to 40 minutes. It's for ages 8 and up. Let's take a look at what's inside. Alright, so we've got that right there. Perfect. Yep. Savannah Park, we got the rule book. I've heard some good things about the rule book actually. I've heard it's pretty solid, pretty easy to explain. So in Savannah Park, it's the best I could say is it's got that Karuba feel, or maybe Tiny Towns feel. We love Karuba in the Gumbo. We had a lot of good times with Tiny Towns, but Karuba is one of those games that is so easy to teach that you can bring it out to just about anybody. It went over very well with the board game club at school, and I'm always looking for more games like that. It's got that bingo mechanic where in Savannah Park we're going to be trying to build out our animal park. I think what we're doing is actually taking pictures of all the different animals. It's in the heart of Africa, lies a paradise of incomparable beauty, lots of wildlife out there. We are going to try to move all of the different animals to score as many points as possible. So unlike games where you're actually putting stuff on the board, everything's going to be on this board, and then we're going to try to move them into the spaces that are going to score the most points. Love the fact that they've got nice pictures here all through the rule book with explanations, talking about the 1, 2, 3 on how to play the game themselves. The end of the game lists all the different scoring with examples, with pictures that you can see. Here's some more scoring examples so we can see how all the different ones are scored. Got some variable setups here, some variants like playing by yourself or variable setups. The back side of the board, which I'm going to show in a little while, is going to have a way to just set up your own board the way you want to. Playing the game with younger gamers. I have my 2 grandbugs, so this will be a good little way for me to play. In fact, I'm going to play with them this weekend, now that I know that you can play with young ones. And then also they've got some additional tokens with the lions, and we'll take a look at those when we get to there. So that is the rule book for Savannah Park. Now we get to the punch board. Oh, we don't see this that often. I was having trouble the other day trying to get some punch board out of the box because it was such a tight fit. Look what they did here. They've got the little finger hole, so you just stick it in there and you get all the tiles out. As you can see, lots of animals on the tiles. Each person is going to get a unique set of tiles. There's the blue, and the black, and the gray. What's the last color? And kind of a reddish orange there. Yeah, kind of red. Definitely showing up red on the screen. It's not quite that vibrant here, but actually on the screen it shows the colors really well, so that's going to look good whenever we stream this. So as you can see, everybody's got the same tiles, and they all have 6 animals on them, but it's a unique combination. In other words, all the tile sets are going to be the same, but each tile is going to be different. So for instance, you're going to all have a single animal, like an ostrich. You're all going to have a double animal, like the giraffe and the antelope. You're all going to have watering holes. This one has a rhino, this a giraffe. And we want watering holes because, like in King Domino, you're going to multiply your scoring by the number of water holes you have, as we'll see in a second. And then you'll have, all of them will have these triples, and then 1 tile with all 6 animals on it. So we're all going to have the same. Let's just see how they punch out. Bradley does a good job of checking this out. Nice. These are perfectly cut. So a nice thickness there. Impressive. Capstone has become one of my favorite publishers for this reason. They make good productions. And this is yet another example of it. So we've got all the tiles. We'll just punch these out real quick. Notice that they're double-sided because as you play the game, instead of in Karuba or Tiny Towns where you're drawing pieces and putting them on the board, these pieces are already going to be on the board, and you're just going to flip them over to that side, showing what that side is. The trees are going to be the trees and the fire. The fire tokens right here. The fire tokens are the ones that you don't want animals to be around. There's 3 different types. There's the singles, the doubles, and the triples. So you don't want single animals here because at the end of the game, that's going to scare the single animal out and you won't score. You don't want the doubles here or the triples here. So we also have the 6 trees. If the trees are showing at the end of the game, there is a scoring mechanic for that. I'm going to have to take a look at the rules to see exactly what it is. Also, those are places just like the fire. You're not going to place animals except for a couple exceptions when you start the game. So the trees are kind of starting places and places you want to be empty by the end of the game. All right, so that's how the tiles are punched out. I'll punch the rest of those later. Let's get back to the main boards here. Okay, so we've got 4 player boards. See how, it's a little trouble trying to get boards out of boxes. I did appreciate them having that little cut there. Too bad they didn't do that with all 4 of the player boards. So we've got the different player boards. It's got the different colors here, showing up really nice on the screen here. A little bit more muted when you see them in person. We got the red, the blue, the kind of the black, and the gray. On one side, it's going to be something you can design yourself. So let's see if I can zoom that in. One side, it's you can design this board yourself by placing out the things in it in an order you want. But if you're playing that first game, you'll probably just want to use the boards where everybody has the exact same starting position. So, fire separated here. The book actually comes with a bunch of other starting setups too. So once you've played the game enough, you can use these variants, and they may be on the back of the scoring board. Let's just take a quick look at that board as we see it. Very nice and thick. It talks about how the fire is going to kick things off. You can't actually be on a rock either. It talks about the scoring, if you can get by the trees and the grass. These little grass tiles here, which on the back side of the board, you get to place out yourself. That's why it comes with more trees. Sorry about that. So those are the player boards, nice and thick, very sturdy. They're not interlocking, so you don't want to bump them. But the stock is so thick that that's not going to be a real problem, especially if you have a table like this, our Game Toppers table. So gotta show off that Game Topper LLC table when we get a chance. So here's the scoring. Each person is going to have an explorer that's going to track your score each time you get the scoring. You'll also show what you're going to do in the steps as you do the end of the game. You'll start with here and knock these things out and score for the grass, score for the trees, and then score for all the different animals. Watering holes, it actually gives you a little reference right there. You don't even have to remember. They've got the little reference to tell you that that's what the multiplier is going to be at the end of the game. On the back side, if you want to play your own style, once you've played the game enough, they give you some samples that the designers have already made, showing some different games, sort of like the different boards in the Castles of Burgundy. So here's a way that you can already set that up. So that's going to be nice. We're going to try that at some point. And last but not least, we've got these tuck boxes. Now these you're going to have to build yourself. But what's nice about these tuck boxes is they are going to be excellent places for you to store each person's tiles and player tokens. So let me open up those player tokens real quick, and then we'll see what we got in here. Zoom. These are the player tokens, as you can. Well, I'm gonna do that. Throw that away. So each player is going to get 2 player tokens. 1 player token is an explorer, like this, and that is going to be what you use to track your score on the board. The other player token is going to be this, looking like one of these little animals, a ferret, or I forget what that's called. It's on the board. It's on the box cover. And that is going to be, as a reminder, when you pick up a tile and tell everybody where that tile is, you'll place it there. And that way you know that you can't go back to that same spot. So that's going to be nice. We'll have all these different player pieces, as you can see. The blue and the gray are kind of close there. The black and the blue and the gray really pretty close. But the others, brown, pretty distinguishable. I told you about the lines. These are line tokens. Got some beautiful little artwork there in the bottom. The artwork is it's very serviceable. It's actually very clear and easy to see. You can tell all the different animals very, very easily. As you can see there, it's easy to see which animal is which, because they've got not only the patterns, a little bit of a color, they've got the drawings, the water. You can't miss the water holes. So this is excellent art here. I like the tuck boxes. I don't like making tuck boxes. That was one down thing about Cubitos, is that wow, you had to make all those tuck boxes. But I think it's going to come in handy whenever you're just handing off this to a player and saying, hey, here's all your pieces, go at it. So that actually is not going to be that bad once we get this done. So I will do that off screen. It'll take me longer and I don't want to embarrass myself. That's Savannah Park by Wolfgang Kraemer and Michael Kiesling, a bingo style game where your board is going to be built out and each person is going to take a turn picking a tile and saying, everybody, look for the triple elephant tile and move it to a new space. You'll move that. You can't go to the same space that was on. You'll move it to that new space, and at the end of the game, you'll score accordingly. You're looking to get sets of animals, like 4 or 5 sets of elephants, all connected into one glob, one big blob, and have as many water holes as you can in that collection. And then you score the multiple, however many of that animal times the number of water holes you have. That'll be your score for that animal. You'll follow the scoring chart down here. You'll remove all the single fire tokens here. Wherever the fire tokens are, you'll move all the single animals that are surrounding it on the board. Wherever the doubles are, you'll remove those. You'll remove any triples around the triple fire. You'll score the number of grass and the number of trees you have that are still being exposed. And you're starting with the drafts, move to the elephant, the rhino, the zebra, the antelope, and the ostrich. And each one of those you'll score for the number of watering holes times the biggest, the number of animals you have in that group. And the winner is going to be the one with the most beautiful Savannah Park by scoring the most points with all of these different categories. A very simple game. It's going to be fun for the kids. I can't wait to try it. Look for it on the Twitch channel pretty soon. We'll try to get that played as soon as we can. Hey, so that's Savannah Park from Capstone Games and designers Wolfgang Kraemer and Michael Kiesling, 2 of our favorite designers. In fact, I'm looking to play Heaven and Ale pretty soon. That was a little unboxing and an overview of how the game plays. Please subscribe to the channel as you see more of our unboxings, and also when we upload all of our Twitch plays from our Twitch Tuesdays. We should be getting Gumbo Live started pretty soon. We'll be doing more interviews. Until next time, Laissez les bon temps rouler.